Oh, I must clean that.
If you're
It's the sliding glass door, or the sliding door of the veil. What is it?
spinning a yarn, telling a tall tale.
Down to the devil in a full moon light. Next to the sun
devil
to the trees at night.
is in the details. And I am your friendly neighborhood host, the twin brother of her friend, Krishna Ramadas.
Hey, Krishna, incoming of the orange.
I am the master. Expressing the polarity of the density of the shadow, which most people give the shadow the bad rap. They say it's evil, wicked, mean, and nasty. But don't slip on the grass, Sam, 'cause it will ruin all fair country. Don't be such an ass, Sam. It will hook you. Sue and Johnny, you're so full of bull, Sam. Oh, well paid that disagree with me. Please give up. You already lost the fight. Oh, yeah. That was a quote from Steppenwolf. And they were talking about the government and money and greed and avarice and sloth and all the things that tie to lack of self-worth. And why are we worth less? Because we think others are worth more when we're all priceless and unique like snowflakes. But be careful. Don't you dare become a snowflake, a narcissist, someone who is so self-absorbed in negative self-talk and lack of self-worth that they crumple under scrutiny. But if you're the heckler likes to interrupt, steal the show, take attention away from the relationship of the performer and the audience. But the heckler is nothing but a catalyst for growth. The uncomfortableness in being uncomfortable takes a great precedence in what the shadow self is all about and how it teaches through the lessons and blessings of fear. And in creative flow state, you can channel the densities of your shadow self, your creative self, your secret subconscious self that's not allowed to be out in the public eye. So your persona and your ego identifies with everybody which but you. But I that am curtailed of this fair proportion, hated a feature by dissembling nature, deformed, unfinished, sent before my time into this breathing world, hath scarce made up. I am a villain. Richard III by William Shakespeare. So what we are learning here, folks, is this. Express your truth. Whether they be dark or light, if you express them with the sincerity of self-love, then they will reflect in a positive way. And when asked questions that answer themselves, then you learn one thing, that there's no answer that satisfies the ego, because it will double-cross itself. Why? Because the ego is dissolving into the unity of your true being and the control and guidance of your spirit team, a.k.a. your higher self, a.k.a. your future self, a.k.a. your oversoul. Because guess what? You're just a fraction of who you really are. Because you're put into this bondage role-play experience where we wear masks called the human journey here on New Earth. Well, oh, don't get it twisted, folks. You can live in love and light, but if you don't balance your personality with those of the shadow, those of creativity, those of the ingenuity, of necessity, of fear, let it be the tempering sword that kills to the heart the quick of love when you balance with the swirl cone of mastery, where you channel both light and the dark. Why? Because you are a great Jedi. Ayoka! Here on a new Earth, because you're part of the 144,000 transmuters. Like Jesus, like Buddha. Buddha was an asshole, too. He had a dark night of the soul, too. And so did Jesus. Who do you think Jesus really was? All you Luciferians out there, all you Satanists, all you know that devil, spelled backwards, is lived. So let's look and understand what the true nature of the divine soup we like to call God really is all about, isn't it? It's not what you thought. It wasn't a man in the sky. It wasn't the flying spaghetti monster. But it wasn't defined by anybody, because YouTube is just all the different faces of God within you. So if you really love your Creator, or you believe your Creator is nothing, guess what? That is the void. That is 0 point. That is flow state. That is the divine number, 0. I bet you thought it was 1! Because we are one. And 1 is the powering code of... Think about it. How did computers talk to each other? With 1s and 0s. Void and oneness. But after the 1 came the Trinity, because 1 split off into a mirrored reflection to see a side of itself, a manifestation, because we're humans, because we have a spectrum of truth. All partially correct from a different perspective of oneness. As long as we live out of love, they're all true. So just remember, folks, fear is good. Fear tempers the spirit, helps you grow. Push through your fears by knowing your role, by playing it sincerely without lying and cheating to yourself. And remember, if you do, then you're in the most dangerous place any human in this timeline could be a part of, when the whole planet is 5D. And that is this. It's ruled by unconditional love. If you don't self-love, then you cannot, no matter how much you teach someone love, it's always going to be broken. You must model it within your being by integrating your shadow. And remember, when you are not in denial, then the river of Egypt flows with the abundance of the divine spirit, a.k.a. God, a.k.a. you, a manifestation of divine light of the 12 rays from the central sun. In this part of space, the great granddaddy of all the sun worshippers out there, a.k.a. Christians, Hindus, Buddhists, whatever you want. Because remember, irrational fear loops are the ones where you're in denial of your true self, where you don't look into the abyss, where you don't look and get blinded by the light. So don't get blinded by your own light and let your ego run the ship. Put it in security and give it free rein to play, because your inner child deserves to be free from the constructs of guilt, shame, self-judgment, and forgiveness. Not only is love, it's necessity for you to be empowered in mastery, and to wield the power that you want. You must surrender to your own inherent nature, which Jesus said, I am a son of God, which in that language meant I am in the nature of God. I am the light. And remember, the devil's name